everybody, it's Cece here, and in today's tutorial I'm going to show you how to create a macrame pacifier clip, or some of you may call them macrame dummy clips, but let me show you how it's done. So what you're going to need for today's project is some kind of cord. Now the cord I am using is a really bright fun coloured macrame cotton cord in a 5mm. Now 5mm is about as thick as I would go for this project. You could also use something that's maybe a 3 or a 4mm. You're also going to need a pacifier clip as well as some scissors and a tape measure. So the first thing you're going to need to do is take your tape measure and measure out your strings. Now we need 2 strings cut to 2 meters in length each. So the pacifier clip that I'm using today is this very cute little greeny blue one with a button on the front like so, and it just pops open and there's the clip there. Now you can see that the base is quite wide and the measurement here is about 3 centimeters. So you want to make sure you're finding something like that. You can find other pacifier clips that have a base like this, and it is a really small area that you're not going to be able to get much string in. So for this pattern you will need a base that looks more like this one. So I'm just going to take my first string and fold it in half to find the center point, and then just feeding the string through that loop there and creating a Larks head knot around the pacifier clip. I'm just going to repeat that with my other string as well. So finding the center, feeding it through and pulling the ends through like so. And now your strings are ready attached to the pacifier clip. So I'm just going to hook my pacifier clip under my clipboard, and now it's held in place ready for me to knot on. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is create a square knot using the right hand side as my first cord that I work with. And this is a right facing square knot. So if you don't know the difference between a right facing and a left facing square knot, make sure you check out my video. I'll leave it in the description below. Now we're going to take the first cord on the right and hold it on a diagonal across our work, and we're going to create 3 double half hitch knots using these other 3 cords in the group. Now I'm going to continue using this cord as my filler cord for my double half hitch knots, and I'm going to change the direction, so I'm going to hold it on a diagonal in the opposite way, and again create 3 double half hitch knots using these 3 cords. Once we finish that step, we're going to create another square knot that sits here, but we're going to use the left side first and create a left facing square knot. So holding that cord across the work and creating a half square knot, and then back the other way to create a full square knot. Now taking this first cord on the left, I'm going to hold that on a diagonal downwards like so and create 3 double half hitch knots using these other 3 cords. Now I am going to take this same filler cord and hold it in the opposite direction again and work in this direction, creating another 3 double half hitch knots. Okay, so now we're going to just repeat exactly the same thing from the square knot down to this last double half hitch again. So to start, we just create a right facing square knot. And then taking the first cord on the right and creating that zigzag with the double half hitch knots. And now creating a left facing square knot. And then using this left cord, creating that zigzag shape again with double half hitch knots. Alright, so now we've completed that second repeat of the first pattern and we are left with a few little short ends of our cords. So now we're just going to create a little loop here to attach the pacifier with. So just grabbing one of your inside cords and you create a loop up and then just bring it around so you've got a bit of an end there as well. Then I'm taking the 2 outside cords and I'm going to create a right hand facing knot around these cords like so. But what I want to do is just flick this cord up and over that middle cord here and then pull the square knot tight. That way the loop is inside our square knot and the end is coming out over the top like so. Now we just need to finish our square knot, but we're going to include all of these cords on the inside of that square knot. So you'll be able to see now that we have one square knot and there's a little short end and there's a loop for the pacifier. And what I like to do is just do one more half square knot so everything is secure. Pull it really tight. And then we grab all of these ends and don't grab the loop. And we're just going to cut all of these ends like so. Now I just like to grab a comb and brush out all of these little fringes, being careful not to get that loop. Creates a nice little tassel at the end. It's nice now to then just trim it so it's even at the bottom. There we go. And there is our gorgeous little finished pacifier clip with this cute little zigzag pattern. To attach the pacifier, you just loop that bit around the end of the pacifier and then pull this through and it should attach. One final thing that you can do if you don't like the fringe at the end is actually create a little wrap knot around the fringes to hide them. So just grabbing another length of cord here and I'm just going to create a little wrap knot from the back, placing this over here like so, and wrap that around 3 times, make sure it's pretty tight, and then I'm just going to pull on this end. And then just cutting these 2 ends can see that the wrap knot has brought all of that fringe together. And what you can do is just go around and trim off all of these little bits. I mean, if you like that look, you can leave it like that as well. But if you want a really nice and neat pacifier clip without the fringe, you just cut all of them off, being careful not to cut your loop, of course. And there is our finished pacifier clip without any tassel. So there you go guys, there is your finished macrame dummy or pacifier clip. I really hope that you've enjoyed this tutorial and you'll try making your own at home. Thanks so much for watching guys, and here's to finding our peace and creativity.